Welcome back, YouTube. We're on Tuesday, week 2, May 2027. Bruce Pritchard dies, which is kind of bad. Well, yeah, it is bad. I think he still wrestled for WWE, if I'm not mistaken. Well, not wrestled, but helped book their shows. Let's check out their champions. Cody Rhodes. Well, sort of. It did like it did in real life. See how it does 2 and 3? That's how he won the back-to-back ones. So sort of it did like that in real life, but it was 1 and 2. I hope I've I said a couple weeks ago in a Reddit or a YouTube post, and it was something to the effect of, if Cody Rhodes was to win one more Royal Rumble, if he was to win one next year, he'd be the first back winner. Hmm. I think by the end of I think by the end of this in-game year, I think we'll be up to big. Okay, I'm gonna simulate to the show. CM Punk and John Cena welcomes the show to TNA Thunder, and John Cena is looking at the TNA World Title belt, and CM Punk says, "Today, tomorrow, 30 years from now, I'll still be holding this belt, and I'll still beat you, and there will be Money in the Bank 2011 too for you." Ace Austin is arriving to the stage, well, the whole stadium. Noella Foley and Mick Foley hold an angle backstage, and Noella Foley is using her heel tactics, while Mick Foley is more just in it for the comedy part. But then we have a match of Kofi Kingston versus Brian Pillman Jr. Kofi Kingston defeated Brian Pillman Jr. by pinfall with a Trouble in Paradise for 59. Then we see Flawless and Lawless versus the Rascals versus the Thrillies for 60. Rex Lawless pinned Bryce Donovan, so he pinned him with the deal breaker. Bad. CM Punk versus Austin Aries gets a 68, and CM Punk makes defense number 1 of the TNA World Title. Not bad. Ace Austin welcomes the show to Thunder. Right after the intro, it shows his car pulling in, his limousine. Noella Foley holds an angle backstage in which she uses her heel tactics again. And Liv Morgan versus Alice Crowley is the first match, and Liv Morgan defeated Alice by pinfall in 4 minutes. Time Killers Culture versus Hikari, Noah, and Becca. Killer Kelly pinned Becca with a killer clock. Time Killers Culture makes defense number 1 of the TNA Knockouts Tag Team titles for 53, not bad. The announcers prove the fact we'll be seeing CM Punk take on Brian Pillman Jr. for 69 tonight. Lucky Ollie defeated David Benoit when David Benoit came out to challenge Lucky Ollie for the title. Lucky Ollie makes defense number 2 of the TNA Grand title for a 67. And it gets a 78, which is not bad. CM Punk defeated Brian Pillman Jr. with the go to sleep. Okay, our first match is the Goliath Black Taurus versus Adam Brooks. The Goliath Black Taurus makes defense number 2 of the New Japan Pro Wrestling World Television title. And then Noella Foley and Marshall Von Erich are backstage, and Noella Foley is kind of being a heel, while Marshall Von Erich's also a heel. They're both using heel tactics. But the Rascals defeated DIY. Trey Miguel pinned Tommaso Ciampa with the Yoshi Tonic for a 69. And then Ace Austin and Jay White hold an angle, and Ace Austin is seen backstage sporting his injury. And Jay White is kind of saying that today that he comes back to Ace Austin, better watch out. Danny Jackson cuts a promo on Mercedes May saying that she's the better wrestler, she's the better champion, and that she could beat Mercedes May in any match that they could have. And so, it's official. They have a match, and it's a hardcore match. MJF versus Austin Theory. MJF makes defense number 2 of the International Heavyweight title for a 76. The hardcore match gets a 73. Mercedes May defeated Danny Jackson when she performed the bag statement with Danny Jackson's legs trapped inside of a chair. And then CM Punk says he will face anybody that comes close. Brian Pillman Jr. lost to Bryan Danielson with a running knee. And then CM Punk pins Dominic Mysterio to make defense number 2 of the TNA World title. And we lost 10 popularity. I've got to do better. Okay, Jay White and Tony Storm welcomes the show to Impact. And then we see Edge make his singles debut against AJ Styles. If I'm not mistaken, this is his singles return. It gets a 59. John Cena and Bryan Danielson hold an angle, which gets a 100. And Dustin Rhodes defeated Carl Anderson with the suplex snap neck breaker for a 48. And then Ace Austin is backstage flirting with Noella Foley for a 90. And then Bryan Danielson defeated A-Kid for a 68 with a running knee. Then we see Eddie Edwards versus David Benoit. We see the New Day take on the Von Erichs for an 82. The New Day defeated the Von Erichs when Kofi Kingston pinned Ross Von Erich with the Midnight Air. Then CM Punk makes an angle, probably an entrance. Austin Theory defeated Anthony Bennett when a botched interference from Dominic Mysterio happened. And then Saraya versus Alex Crowley. Saraya defeated Alex Crowley with a nightlight. And then Lacey Von Erich attacks Saraya in the ring. But then the main event, CM Punk versus Chris Jericho. CM Punk defeated Chris Jericho to make defense number 3 of the TNA World title. We start the show off with Christian Cage and High Spirit Heavy Metal versus Sami Callihan and the Thrillers. Christian Cage and High Spirit Heavy Metal defeated Sami Callihan and the Thrillers. Then we see Alec Price versus Dustin Rhodes. Dustin Rhodes defeated Alec Price with a lifting reverse DDT. Camille makes an angle. She's not even been on TNA TV in a long time, actually. Candice LeRae just got done with the title opportunity, she's saying, and that she will face Mercedes Money or whoever it may be when she comes back from injury. Mick Foley is holding an angle, saying he might have one match left in him for a 63. Britt Baker has a segment rating of a 64. Rachel Ellering and Trish Stratus. Rachel Ellering says that her and Trish Stratus could make a good tag team, but Trish Stratus gets up in her face and says, "Screw you." It gets a 59. And then Jordan Grace is appearing on behind Rachel Ellering and does her finisher to Rachel. And then Big E arrives in the company. He is now with his homeboys. And as we've seen, they start having a match here tonight. Trish Stratus defeated her with a stratification for a 59. And then Jeff Jarrett makes his return. The show itself got 44, which was bad. Ace Austin makes his entrance in his limousine. And then Dustin Rhodes versus Alex Shelley for the first match. Dustin Rhodes won with a power slam for 37. Noella Foley then uses her heel tactics against John Cena, which it doesn't work because John Cena is invincible when it comes to a promo. CM Punk makes defense number 4 of the TNA World title, and he celebrates. It gets a 100. $75, not bad at all. Okay, CM Punk is now hyping up the match that he has tonight. And Alicia Tout asks him about it, and he says he's the best in the world, the best there ever was, the best there ever will be, and the best there is. He says he's the current world champion and will be the world champion until the day he dies. Whether the fans at home likes it or not, he is who he is, and he's CM Punk. MJF and John Cena are backstage talking. Well, it's more, you know how TNA used to do the old things. It was kind of like it showed like, I wouldn't say a behind the scenes thing, but like it would show the locker room and people mad at one another. Well, this is kind of one of them things, and they're both mad at CM Punk for speaking out. But Claudio Castagnoli defeated Johnny Gargano with a neutralizer. Claudio's doing pretty good. He's still winning almost every match he's in. Marshall Von Erich gets a 95 when he arrives. And then Brian Pillman Jr. defeated Dominic Mysterio with a tornado DDT for a 61, which is not bad. Jay White and AJ Styles hype up the upcoming live event. And then Edge versus Jay White. Edge defeated Jay White by pinfall. And then we see Noella Foley still flirting with Ace Austin for a 98, which is not bad. Alex Garcia versus Ava Raine for 53 is pretty good. And then it's Bryan Danielson versus CM Punk. CM Punk makes defense number 5 of the TNA World title. Then we see CM Punk celebrating afterwards for a 100. He then drags a board into the ring and then writes, "Current and still champion." Okay, Killer Kelly defeated Amy Dumas with the super kick, not bad. AJ Styles holds an angle, talking about facing Bryan Danielson tonight for a 95, not bad. Noella Foley holds an angle saying that she's now the queen of hardcore. And Ace Austin becomes greatness with this promo. No, I'm joking. It's just him arriving in the limousine. But Edge defeated James Storm by submission. And then CM Punk makes his iconic entrance to be on announcing for Bryan Danielson versus AJ Styles. Bryan Danielson defeated AJ Styles for 69. And then Rex Lawless held an angle. Not bad. DIY versus Castagnoli and Nakamura for 53. They lost to a meeting in the middle. And then CM Punk versus Finn Balor for 71. CM Punk makes defense number 6 of the TNA World title. 75, it increased our population. Okay, Aaron Stevens versus Anthony Bennett. Anthony Bennett defeated Aaron Stevens for 29. Noella Foley says that she's the queen of hardcore and doesn't care what anyone else thinks. Dominic Mysterio versus AJ Styles versus Austin Theory gets a 57. Austin Theory pinned AJ Styles with an A-Town down. Then Seth Rollins versus CM Punk happens. CM Punk makes defense number 7 of the TNA World title. And then Seth Rollins attacks CM Punk and then tosses him into the barricade. And then curb stomps him through the announcing table. This is a 77, not a bad show. Okay, we start to show off with Ava Raine versus Alex Garcia. Alex Garcia defeated Ava Raine with a cutter. And then Dustin Waller versus Dominic Mysterio. Dominic Mysterio defeated Dustin Waller with a 619. And then Jeff Jarrett says that Rex Lawless and Morris will be put into the tag team match at the upcoming Premium Live event to crown a new tag team champion, as one half of the former tag team champions has now left TNA. MJF defeated AJ Styles by submission with the Salt of the Earth, and then he says that he's better than AJ Styles, and AJ Styles knows it. Then Seth Rollins and Ricochet versus Randy Orton and CM Punk gets a 74, which is not bad in my opinion. It's a great tag team match. Tony Storm and John Cena welcome the crowd to Impact. And Malachi Black makes defense number 5 of the TNA X Division title for 58. Malachi Black masses Austin Aries out of the air for... Marshall Von Erich gets a 94. Finn Balor defeated Lucky Ollie with a coup de grace for a 62, which is not bad. Noella Foley says that she's the queen of hardcore and that she will be the next face of TNA, and MJF says that he's better than her and she knows it for a 78. Axel Dieter Jr. versus Austin Theory. Austin Theory defeated Axel Dieter Jr. with an 8-town down. Then CM Punk and AJ Styles come face to face for 100. Ace Austin makes his entrance. Daniel Bryan and Rowan versus the Thrillers. Daniel Bryan and Rowan are now a part of the tag team match at the Premium Live event. CM Punk makes defense number 8 of the TNA World title against Jon Moxley. Not bad. TK Cooper versus David Benoit. David Benoit wins the TNA Digital Media title for a 43. And then Daniel Bryan and Rowan versus Flawless and Lawless versus High Spirit Heavy Metal. And then the World's Most Wanted, Daniel Bryan and Rowan wins the TNA World Tag Team titles for a 47. And then the Time Killers Culture versus the Generational Riot. The Generational Riot wins the TNA Knockouts Tag Team titles back. We then see Camille defeat Candice LeRae with a spear for 55. Jimmy Uso and Chris Jericho and Christian versus Laredo Kid and DIY for 56. Dustin Rhodes versus AJ Styles. AJ Styles defeated Dustin Rhodes with a Styles Clash, and then he cut a promo saying he's the phenomenal legend. We then have Finn Balor win the TNA X Division title for 49. Tony Storm, Trish Stratus, Kana, and Danny Jackson gets a 70. Not bad. A 66. Kana and Danny Jackson versus Tony Storm and Trish Stratus for a 66. Not bad. This match here, though. Kenny Omega versus Trey Miguel versus John Cena versus MJF versus A-Kid versus the Goliath. MJF submitted A-Kid to win the TNA Joker's Wild for 71. Not bad. Claudio versus Austin Theory. Austin Theory defeated Claudio with an A-Town down. Ace Austin and CM Punk are backstage, and Ace Austin tells CM Punk good luck. CM Punk makes defense number 9 of the TNA World title for 78. Mm. Mm. We'll give Ace Austin one just so he's happy. Ace was very happy. CM Punk seemed pleased, and Seth Rollins seemed pleased.